Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm gonna be giving you a guide for pets in 2018. So as you can see, there has been a lot of change in pets from 2017 to 2018. They changed the pet yard, they just introduced us the pet skin changing and the pet stuff and many more things. So first of all, we will start with the basic and go with the complicated stuff and with a lot of calculation. So I will start right now. So as first you can see that there are like four rarity for the for pet eggs. First of all is common, then uncommon, then rare, then legendary, and then the fifth rarity is divine. The common egg can be found on call ranks from event bosses and dungeon bosses, and the uncommon can also be found from Godlands, event bosses, and dungeons bosses. Rare is almost rare because it's like so hard to find, but you will find it in event dungeons and dungeon bosses, event bosses and dungeon bosses. But you can't find this egg in Godlands. Legendary egg is like totally legendary with 3k feet power. It could be found from event bosses and dungeon bosses. Pet abilities. In pet ability, there are like several types of abilities. At common you get to like 30, and uncommon you get to 50 and 70, at rare, legendary at 90, and divine at 100. These are the max cap for ability to reach. And the first ability, like the most important one, which you should go for, like as your first ability, should be heal, and which does 90 heal at 1 second when it's fully maxed at divine, and 10.3.82 second at like when it is at uncommon level. Okay, and this one, common and uncommon pet that have heal as their first ability, this has been changed by Deca. They have introduced a new update where heal ability is way more common on pet as their first or second ability on all the pets. So this is kind of the second one is magic heal. You can see the time from heal. The third one is attack close, then attack mid, attack far, electric, savage, rising fury, decoy. Okay, these are 9 abilities. Now I will tell you which abilities you should always go for. Well, this is like my recommend, but this is like everyone will recommend you this. So the ability you should go for is heal, magic heal, electric, or heal, magical, decoy. Attack mid, attack close, and every others does do damage, and they're not good for like getting as your total ability. I will tell you why. Because if you get attack close as your first as your total ability, and you want to go for that to divine, you need to, as you can see, it does 200 damage in 0.2 second if it is fully divine maxed. Okay, so I will tell you what are the disadvantages of this. First of all, even if it's killed someone, it's not in your soulbound. So if your pet destroy a thing, you won't get the loot. Okay, so it's not good, and it does only like 200 damage. And if you go to higher dungeon, they have more than they have health which is like way above 3000, 4000. So it's totally useless for going for attack close, attack mid, attack far, and savage, rising fury. Okay, so that's why I will not recommend using this ability. And if you know, if I'll say electric, okay, so here it is. What if you go for electric? It does a lot of damage. It does 300 damage like every second, and it paralyzes. So that is the good thing in here, that it paralyzes the enemy and you can get the damage, all your damage in fastly. Okay, here I will talk about the advantages and disadvantages of electric and decoy. As we will start with electric. As electric can paralyze the enemy. It is good for rushing, because if our enemy follow you, you can paralyze it and stop it in its way. And the disadvantage of electric, the only disadvantage I can find for now, is that In terms if you paralyze an enemy, they just if you paralyze enemy like Gab, Nut, or Bass, they it changes their face and force them to change their rotation. It does make problem in private tombs, but in like public tombs you can just mess it up whatever you want. But in private tombs it mess a lot. But in decoy, the advantage is that in tomb you can't paralyze. I mean, you won't be able to paralyze them, those, so no changing face, and the enemy can shoot at your pet, not at you. Of course, that because it's a decoy pet, and it will decoy for you. But in tomb, I mean, in Lost Doll, you can trap a spooky boy. I have seen that, but I don't have a video of it. I have seen a guy with a decoy pet. He's trapped a spooky boy behind the wall. It could be done. And the disadvantage is that you can't rush with a decoy pet, as if you try to rush with a decoy pet, the enemy will still fire at the decoy if you are clocked on a, on a rogue. If you're clocked on a rogue, the enemy will fire at the pet, and if it's a straight way, then the projectiles will hit you and you will get the damage in. You will get the damage. Okay, let's start with feeding. In feeding process, you can feed it like anything. To a common pet, I will suggest feeding it from like 100 to 250 to 450. But don't feed it an item above 2k, because the max cap level of our common pet is 2k. If you feed like 2k feed power, it will max out. But if you feed more than 2k, it will just go to waste. So just feed it like, more than 2. Less than 2, sorry. The max, if you feed a pet, it will show you the certain amount of level it reaches, and then the green bar will move as soon as you hit that feed button. As soon you what the hell. And if the feed power is not enough, it will just move a little more, then it will stop, so you will need more feed power to go to the next level. The fusing is simple. You just need to get the same pet family and same rarity of the pet. You can fuse common with only common. You can't fuse common with uncommon. You need to have a common, or a uncommon, uncommon, or a rare to rare, or a legend to legend, or divine is the loss. You don't have any rarity than above. Okay guys, always feed the pet first to its like to its full level, to like 50-50 when it says like 30-30, or when it has both green bars, and then fuse it. Always see that if that the fuse says max fusion or bad fusion. If it says bad fusion, then you need to feed your pet more. If it says max fusion, then you can like fuse the pet. Okay, I will try to explain this. I don't know if I can, but I'll try my best. Okay, if you have two common pet, first pet ability is 30, and the second common pet ability is 30. You fuse them, you get one uncommon, and then you fuse one more, and you get two uncommon pet. Okay, and if you like max both of these uncommon pets to like first ability to 50-50, and then second ability to 30 and 30. So you have first ability 50-50 and second ability at 30-30. If you fuse them and you have bot saying that it's to max cap, and then if you fuse them, you will have average first ability at max and second ability as average in the next generation for in the rare. So in rare you will have 50-50 for your first ability, and if it's 30-30, then it will be 25 for the rare second ability. So I will always recommend to first feed your pets, because it costs way less fame than it costs at the second place. Second generation. Okay, let's go to the section where we talk about which item to feed, what pet, and which rarity. So first of all, we will talk about common pet. As you know, common pet has really low max cap at 2k, and you just feed it anything, and it only costs you 10 fame. I will much more. I will show you how much wine cellar or ambrosia you need to feed, how many, and what will be the cost of that, and what will be the fame of pet in the upcoming graph. So just stay tuned. You will have an good idea. Okay, so I was checking. To your comment, just feed anything you find. Put the portions like speed and dex, and even like from 100 to 250 to 300. You can feed it. Okay, as soon as it's max, just leave it. Now here comes uncommon. If you have an uncommon pet, just feed it manor UTs, forbidden jungle UTs, and even the magic wood UTs, which comes. I will magic wood UTs. Okay, so and for rare pet, I will recommend you feeding the manor UTs, as they have high feed power and wine cellars or treasures. I will like show you a graph of the treasures and the amount of feed power and the cost of feed power they show us, and I will also tell you where you can find and how you can find these. Okay, let's start from here. You can buy wine cellar from realmi.com, and if you go to their wine cellar, they are selling 3 wine cellar for like 1 life. That's the price, and you can get even more wine cellar for like, you can get like 4 wine cellar for 1 life, 5 wine cellar for 1 life, especially on events where wine cellar is in the event chest. You can get like 5 wine cellar for only like 1 life. If I can find, yeah, look at here. Some guy is selling 4 wine cellar for 1 life. For this guy is selling 4 wine cellar for 1 life. You can get a one life pot for only selling 8 decks from Sprite World, which you should do, and they're like the most easiest dungeon to do. You should farm 8 Sprite World for like 1 life, and then get that 1 life and buy the wine cellar to feed your pet. Wine cellar can only be feeded up to rare pet, as it costs way much more to feed the legend pet. The legend pet feeding cost is 350, and Twine is 1k. So I will prefer only feeding the wine cellar to rare pet only. Okay, for legendary pet, I will recommend feeding it the white bags you get from the area, like coral bow and like the rings from tombs. You can feed those rings for like 800 to 900 feet power. I will recommend feeding more than 800 feet power to your legend pet, and ambrosias and other feed power, which you will get from the chest events, which Deca juice now and then, a lot of that. And for Twine pet, I will like recommend the same as you feed. Don't feed it above 1k, because the fame cost for it is 1k too. So I will recommend feeding almost like above 1k feed power to your Twine pet. If you have like a lot of fame, then you can like feed it anything. But okay, now I will show you a graph, not a graph, but pictures of ambrosia plus wine cellar and the feed power and the fame power, that how many needs. I will explain this as soon as I do the calculation. So let's go. And these are the results and the graphs, and I hope this helps you out, as I did my best. It took me like 3 hours to create this video. So if you like the video, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and like button, and I'll see you guys